Hi, everybody. It's me, Miss Branch, the art teacher. And today we are going to make a macaw sitting on a branch. If you haven't noticed, my last few projects, all the animals have been on a branch. Anyway, we're going to make a macaw, and he's going to be sitting on a branch, or she could be sitting on a branch. And today, let's see our supplies. I'm going to show you a video, and then I'll show you the supplies, and then I'll spotlight my desk. And then from there, we'll make our macaw. All right, so let me go ahead and share my screen. All right, everyone. So here we have some parrots, which I decided we would do the red macaw. And I liked it because it was the primary colors, red, yellow, and blue. But anytime you have extra paper, feel free. You can make your own different color macaws. And I like the way their beak is. And the cool thing about us making these macaws, we're going to use circles to make our birds today. So here's the one that we're going to make it look like. We're going to make the eyes, the beak, and the whole body. As you can see, I'm going to stop sharing my screen so you can see me again. All right, stop sharing. And we're going to give it the red lines around the eye, on the red, yellow, blue, and the red, yellow, blue tail. We're going to put it on a branch. So let's go over the supplies we need. And let me go ahead and pin my screen for my desk. And I'm going to bring the camera down some more. There we go. All right. So you are going to need some brown paper, a little bit of white paper, a little green, a little black, and you can have some red, yellow, and blue 9x12 sheets. You probably only need to do half, but if you can, teachers and kids, if you have the supplies, you can make it as big as you have paper for. But I'm going to make mine smaller. So I'm going to go ahead and fold this in half and cut the line that I make, because I don't need to make it that big. I just made a little one. All right, and I'm going to put my macaw up there so you can see what it looks like while we're working. All right, so I'm gonna cut this in half. But if you can make it the size of the paper, a big one. All right, so first things first, excuse me, we need to make our circles. Now, if you have a hard time making circles, you of course can find something to trace, but I'm going to show you how to make a circle that pretty much looks like a perfect circle. Now I'm going to do the circle for the body is going to be on this half, and the circles for the wings are going to be on this half. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to fold it in half because I don't need that much, just in case I make this one a little big. But what to do to make a circle is that you rotate. You rotate your hand in a circle, and you're holding your writing tool. And because it's on red paper, I'm going to use my red marker so that if when I cut it out, I don't have any extra lines. But you rotate, rotate, rotate in a circle. And when you're ready, gently let it touch the paper. And you should get a pretty close to a perfect circle. Now, if you press down hard when you're rotating, and I'm going to make that just a little darker so that you guys can see it. If you press down hard, like I did when I was retracing it, see how it got a little wonky right here? Because when you're pressing down hard, it's like hitting the brakes when you're on your bicycle. You know how the handlebars shake a little bit because of the friction from the tire and the road rubbing? Well, that's what happens when you press down hard with your pencil. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this part off. And I'm going to cut my circle out. Now, I really don't need the yellow and the blue cut this side, but in case you decide to make more than one parrot, you already have the other colors you need already cut out. So what I'm going to do is put this stuff off to the side because I don't need it right now, but I do need this one. And I'm going to take care of that in a moment. So now let's get our other circles done. So now I'm going to have fold this in half. And this is going to be the circles for our wings. And of course, the paper is much smaller. So I'm just going to rotate in a smaller circle. So I'm just going to rotate, rotate, rotate. And when I'm ready, let my marker touch the paper. And if you want to go over the circle a few times, you can. And it's okay because you're going to cut it out and those extra lines aren't going to matter. And I think I folded this just a little crooked. I'm going to fix that right there. That way I have all my circles. Put the top on. There we go. So now I'm going to cut this circle out. And notice I'm taking my time and rotating the paper versus rotating my hand. And that was a little harder because it was 6 pieces of paper instead of 3. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and separate them. So I have my red, yellow, blue, and my red, yellow, blue. Apparently I did not have these in order, like a macaw. His feathers are red, yellow, blue, red, yellow, blue. Guess what, everyone? Miss Branch forgot to cut the tail feathers. But guess what? I still have the extra right here on the side. So don't worry. And now if you your extra around your circle is what you're going to cut your tail feathers out. And I almost forgot to do that. So I could cut them this way and make them long, or I could cut them this way. And they don't have to be as long, but it's totally up to you as the artist. So since I got it right here, I'm going to go ahead and cut this part off. And then I'm going to cut this part off. And I'm left with this rectangle. And I need all 3 colors. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut a curve at the end. And here's a little big, but that doesn't matter too much. But I'm going to go ahead and trim it down just a little. And so now I have my 3 tail feathers. All right, I'm going to pause just for a second. All right, everybody, sorry about that. I didn't want that phone call that was coming in to interrupt our video. All right, so now I have the 3 tail feathers. I have the big circle for the body, and I have the 2 smaller circles for the wings. Now I need to make the circles for the beaks, the top beak, the bottom beak, and the circles for the eyes. So let me go ahead and make that right now too. And then I can put everything together at one time. So I'm gonna move these out of the way. And I'm gonna go ahead and fold this in half. And again, when you're rotating, now I need 2 circles for the eyes and a circle for the beak. Now I only need 1 circle for the beak, but I have the paper folded. So I'm just gonna go ahead. And because I'm going to be gluing this white paper on red paper, I'm just going to use my red marker to make my circle. So again, rotate, rotate, rotate. Rotate, rotate, rotate. When you're ready, lightly touch the paper. And I pressed down a little hard, and so that's why I got a little lumpy, but it's okay. And I'm going to do the same thing here. Rotate, rotate, rotate. When I'm ready, touch the paper. And I'm going to go ahead and do another one right here on this black paper. So since it's black, I'm going to use the black marker. And I don't need it as big as this one. This needs to be a little smaller. So rotate, rotate, rotate. So now I have my other circles. Now I do need 2 of these circles. So that's why the paper is folded. I'm going to go ahead and cut that off. And I'm going to cut that out. And so now you know, I have these white lines, but I can always flip it upside down. And let's see, I'm gonna cut this black circle out since it was closest to my hand next. I put my scraps off to the side and finish cutting this out. And then I don't need 2 of these circles, so I can just open it up and I can cut this one out. All right. And with practice and rotating the paper, you'll get better. So now let's see, I have my eyes, I have my beak circles, wing circles, body circles. Let's see, what else I gotta cut out? I could go ahead and cut out the leaves, and that's the last thing I need to cut out. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So to make the leaves, I'm just gonna fold in half and fold in half again. And if you need to, you can draw on it. Since it's green paper, I'm gonna use my green marker, and I'm just gonna make a big sad face. And then I'm just gonna make a big happy smile. And there I have my leaf shape. Now, if you can cut it without drawing it, feel free. Go right ahead and just cut out a leaf shape without drawing it. All right. Now move that out to the side. So now I have my leaves, I have my circles, and one last thing I need to do is make my branch. So I'm gonna fold this in half, and then I'm gonna fold it in half again, and fold it in half one more time. Now, if you have hot glue, of course you can use hot glue, but I'm just gonna use regular glue. And I'm just going to go ahead and go down this line, close to those edges. And I'm going to fold this down. Ooh, close your scissors when you're done. And I'm just going to put this off to the side while I'm working. No, actually, I need this here. All right, so I'm going to go ahead. Oh, no. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and glue the tail feathers on first. So I decide where my parrot is going to sit, and I'll just put my parrot in the middle of this branch. And the first thing I'm going to do is put a little glue down, and I'm going to take the blue tail and go all the way to the top of this branch right here. And I did it at a slant. And now I'm going to put a little glue on top of it, but now I'm going to bring the yellow down just a little bit. So now it looks longer down here when they're overlapping. And then, of course, I'm going to put just a little bit more glue. And I'm going to bring the red and bring that down. So now that's overlapping that one, and it's a little further down. Now, for my bird's body, I'm going to put the tail off to the side for a moment. Let that dry, and I'm going to get ready to make the bird's body. Now I'm going to fold this circle in half. And I'm going to cut it right down the middle. Now you get to decide, do you want your bird facing left or right? Well, it doesn't matter, because whichever way you turn your branch, your bird will just automatically turn left or right. So I'm just going to go ahead and start here. And now I'm going to take the circle for the beak, and I'm going to fold that in half. And I'm going to cut that in half. And now I'm just going to put get a little bit of glue and glue it at the top of my semicircle, half a circle. Where? Oh, there it is. Here's my bottom beak, which is black, which I'm going to take that circle and I'm going to fold that circle in half and then cut it. And I'm going to get a little bit of glue. And I'm going to make sure that it's not lined up with the top beak, because on parrots, the top beak is bigger than their bottom beak. And so now I'm going to spread some glue on the inside. And now I'm going to take my other half of body and glue that on top. So now the beak parts are hidden inside. Now, before I glue my eyes down, I'm gonna just go ahead and make my eyes. And I need the black marker and the red marker. So let's see, I'm gonna go ahead and draw a circle and then put another circle inside and color in the pupil. I'm gonna do the same thing on this one, a circle and another circle for pupil. And so now I'm gonna take my red and just to kind of make it look like feathers, the ruffled feathers around the eyes, I'm just gonna make little scallop lines. And if you want to get close around the eye, you can. So now I'm going to glue the eyes on one on this side and one on the other. So a bit of glue. And now I'm gonna put my eye on this side. Oops, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to check to make sure that my circles fit inside that circle. Good thing it does. All right. Miss Branch forgot. Ooh, and that one looks funny. I probably should have glued them down first, but it's okay. Let's see. It'll be fine. All right, so a little bit of glue. Next time I will draw it first. Draw it, we'll glue them down, then draw. All right, there we go. So now I can get my branch back. And I can decide, do I want my bird to look this way? Do I want to look that way? It does not matter because when you flip your branch, they'll automatically be looking the other way. But I'm going to go ahead and put some more glue down here and put my bird body on. And I'm going to sit that off to the side to let that dry. Now it's time to make the wings. So now you have your 3 circles and it's red, yellow, blue. And I'm going to put them together and I'm going to fold the circles in half. So there's my red, yellow, blue first one, and my red, yellow, blue, my second one. Now, I'm going to make 3 scallop lines. It's going to look like W's or number 3s at the bottom, but I'm just going to make 3. 1, 2, 3. Got it. Okay. And that's just to make it look like feathers. And all I'm gonna do is cut those out. And my it looks like my wings are not the same size, but it's fine. I'm just gonna cut that corner and I'm gonna come back this way. And come back that way. That one stayed in there. And then I'm just gonna cut a little curve there. I think I'll trim it just a little. There we go. There's my first wing. So let me go ahead and make my second wing so it'll be quicker to glue them on. So again, I take my 3 circles and all I'm going to do is, it doesn't matter which way I have the circles. I'm just going to make those 3 scallop lines again at the bottom to make it look like feathers. 1, 2, 3. Looks like 3 U's or a W and a U or a 3 with an extra hump. So I have them again. And it's easier for me to cut one way. And then I just turn it and come back and cut the other way. Usually it falls out unless you just don't cut all the way through. Ugh. And again, I'm just going to curve around and trim just a little bit. All right, so now it's time to put my wings on. So I'm going to go ahead and start on this side. And I'm going to start with my red feather. So I'm just going to put a little glue down. And I'm going to put my red feather on. And I'm going to take the yellow. I'm going to bring this in closer. Make sure you guys see it's here. And now oops, I almost messed up. I'm gonna take my yellow, I'm gonna put a little bit of glue in this corner, but this time with the yellow, I'm going to tilt it down just a little bit. Looks like I'm coming down one little hump. So yes, now I can see the red and I can see the yellow. And then I'm gonna put a little more glue in there in that corner. And I'm gonna do the same thing with the blue. I'm just gonna bring it down just a little bit. And now you can see my feathers. And just to make sure they stay, I'm just gonna go and put a little dot of glue back in each corner. And then I'm gonna flip and do the same thing on this side. So here I have my red. Take the yellow and the blue out. And I need to bring up my glue a little more. So now I have some glue for my red. And then in the corner, I'm going to now put my yellow and tilt it down about 1 or 2 feathers. I'm doing 1. Totally up to you how many you want to do. Then open it up and put a little glue in the corner. Then I'm gonna have my blue come down 1 feather. And when I fold it down, you can see the red, yellow, and blue. And again, I'm gonna go back and put a little bit of glue so that my feather wings stay down because my bird is resting. And then one last thing to do, I'm gonna take my feathers, I'm gonna take my leaves and I'll put a little glue down here. And I'll put some leaves down here. A little bit more glue on top. And you can put some leaves down the other end too, or you can just put them all down one end like I'm doing. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen, your parrot. And let me unpin my screen. And where's the remove pin? And go back to camera. So everyone, this is how you make a macaw, and you can do any colors you want. It does not have to be the true colors of a parrot, but parrots do come in other colors. There's blue and yellow, there's white, there's gray, there's greens, there's oranges, and all kinds of really cool looking colors that you can do. And you can even do little feathers on top. You can come up with any ideas. Just look at the bird and think of what you want to add to it and go for it. And like I said, if you have enough paper to make it bigger, make it big. It does not have to be little like mine. All right, everyone. See you later.